Oh boy, time now for another episode of Mr. Nailsin Sunday Comics. And this time we're going to, get reacquainted with the Black Hood. And it's been a long time since I did an issue of Black Hood. This is a character that was owned by the people who developed the Archie comics, and they had a roster of superheroes, most notably known together as the Mighty Crusaders. Went through several iterations over the years, and Black Hood was one of them. And I don't know if these characters are totally in the public domain or at one time they were, but then again, I mean, I guess if you redo them in a different version, you can claim that or whatever. But I think these characters were looked at as being possible candidates for the Watchmen series. Eventually that went to the Carlton characters, and then eventually just made up their own knockoffs of the Carlton characters. But I seem to recall something along the lines of Black Hood being in the position that the comedian was in, that sort of thing. But anyway, it's issue 10 of Black Hood from an MLJ magazine. Yes. Oh, now it looks like he's having a Scooby-Doo adventure or something. So anyway, the Black Hood, Man of Mystery. Here he's made the cover of a newspaper crime record. Crooks reform city. They do? Honesty is not best policy. Oh, well, okay. Headline from whatever. Let's get to it. So, our story begins with a sensational headline in one of Northville's newspapers. The Daily Post says, "Crime sweeps city. Criminals prove too clever for the police." That's it. A headline. No article. In the publisher's office of the Daily Post. "You idiot, you handled this story as though the criminals in this city were heroes. They've been too smart for the police so far. You know the underworld. Your criminal friends have given you plenty of news scoops, but you can't take their side against law and order. I'm the editor of the paper. I'll write whatever I think is news." Well, things haven't changed much since. "You're fired. Get out of here and stay out. Why don't you go to your criminal friends? Maybe they'll give you a job." "Say, that isn't a bad idea. I might do just that." That night. "You mean you want to publish a crime newspaper?" "I know it'll work. You just put the dough to back my scheme and we'll make millions." "Sounds crazy to me." You've done me a couple of favors. I'll string along. You'll never regret it." So the Daily Crime Record was born. From the first, the newspaper was a success. Its circulation grew by leaps and bounds. Until one day, "The Crime Record, bah. What's the matter, Sarge?" "Every time I see a copy of this paper, I get mad. Look at today's editorial." I read it. They certainly take the police department for a ride. "Read that Daily Crime plot. Of all the stupid things I've seen in my 25 years on the force, that's the worst. Listen, how to rob a store in broad daylight by the use of street vendors and their wares. I wish we could find out who edits this paper." Okay. While Sergeant McGinty is busy with the crime record, let us look in on a street vendor not far distant. It looks like he's got little people. "Watch the little dolls walk. Take one home for a quarter. See the little man go. On waddles the funny little doll, on and until room. That dynamite in the doll picked a wallop. Come on, the jewelry vault is wide open.
Give me the police. There's a robbery.
Quickly, the alarm is traced, and the call flashed to precinct 71, where McGinty is still busy with his explanation. Imagine blowing up a wall with a toy doll. It ain't reasonable. And furthermore, what's that? What's your hurry? Somebody just blew up the Diffany vault, and they used a toy doll loaded with dynamite. Minutes later, as the crooks leave Diffany's with their loot, the cops. Let's get 'em. They're shooting wild. Look out, McGinty. The balloons. Punctured by a fusillade of bullets. Okay. The toy balloons pour out a cloud of blinding smoke. I'm choking to death. Help! I've got you, Sarge. I can't breathe. I'm dead. Well, most dead people don't breathe. Maybe if I pulled you out of the smoke, you could breathe. You'll be all right. It's just fanning him with that. Who'd have thought of them balloons as being dangerous? It happened like that in the daily crime plot. Believe it or not, they just pulled the robbery you said was impossible. Something's got to be done about that paper, or the whole police department will be a laughing stock. Plus, all the victims and stuff. Next day, the crime record gloats over its triumph. Daily crime record, police foiled by crime scoop. And in the crime editor's office, a new scheme is hatched. My fee for showing you the daily crime plot in advance is $500, okay, Red Mike? If it works like the last one, it's cheap at the price. Here's the proofs on tomorrow's edition. Be careful, you don't let anybody see them. You can trust me. But the crime editor overlooks one of the proof sheets, and a breeze from the electric fan sends it whirling through the window. Through the twisting alleys and streets, the vagrant sheet goes on its way undisturbed until at last fate takes a hand. Got it! I ain't got no luck. I thought it was something valuable. What is it, kid? Just happens to be there. You're nothing but part of a newspaper. Daily crime plot. This is a copy of tomorrow's crime record. Holy gee, he gave me $1 for it. And I said I wasn't lucky. Night finds Kip Burland as the Black Hood, patiently keeping watch. The crime plot called for a raid on a penny arcade, and this is the biggest one in the city, so I'm thinking it's this one. Meanwhile, inside the penny arcade, nearly time for them to deposit the week's receipts. Boy, I bet these pennies run into real dough. Suddenly, two of the Red Mike's henchmen take their places on the target range. These guns fire blank cartridges, but they'll cover up Red Mike when he starts really shooting. Shoot him down. What? The Black Hood! And just in time, I see. Well, that's convenient. A couple of minutes of this, and you won't know which is the bag. I'm seeing things already. Whoops. My attention is needed elsewhere. Bang, bang. Try and hit the jackpot. 5 cents. I always try to be of service. Congratulations, you hit the jackpot. Yeah. Hit the bullseye. 3 balls for 5 cents. Well, stop it, man, enough. Don't like getting your balls smashed, do you? Maybe I will after you tell me where to find the crime editor.
I'll tell you anything, only get me out of this.
No, I'm going to keep you mounted on the wall. You're a trophy.
What do you mean?
You're just a head now. Unknown to the Black Hood, one of Red Mike's henchmen escaped, and even now is warning the crime editor.
He'll be coming after you any minute. You better clear out.
Let him come. I'll be ready for him. Hastily, the crime editor gathers his staff. Don't forget, when you see the Black Hood, shoot to kill. Hold open the front page. We're printing a special edition on the death of the Black Hood. You're the editor. I hope you're right. Hey, Joe, the crime editor wants you to hold up the plates on that front page.
Oh.
But at that moment, Joe, the typesetter, is entertaining a very unwelcome guest. Go on. Answer, just as I told you.
Oh, yeah, Hood. I can't hear your fingers. Better come in here.
Joe, you must be getting deaf. I said no. I heard you the first time, so don't repeat yourself. Set up those plates the way I told you. Got to make a phone call to police headquarters.
Yes, sir.
The Black Hood! Time for me to get out of here.
He's here. Run for your lives, everybody.
Don't lose your head. We outnumber him 10-1. He can't hide long. We'll smoke him out. Oh, I guess it's backwards.
Yes, son, go up in there.
Keep your guns ready. Does anybody see him? Peekaboo. Boy, McGinty'd better get here soon. These guys are coming at me like flies. Oh, wow, I can't keep this up much longer.
You're all under arrest.
McGinty can take over from here. If he sees me, he'll think I'm mixed up with this gang. Next day, all is serene at Precinct 71. The newspaper gave me full credit for rounding up dead crime editor and his gang. All except one paper, Sarge. The last issue of the Daily Crime Record says the Black Hood deserved the credit.
Why, that...
Well, my goodness, that's...
Ampersand, percent, $, exclamation. I wonder who made 'em print that. Just goes to prove you can't believe everything you read.
You said a mouthful, Sarge. I always say stuff out of my mouth. The end. Well, it was something, you know. What's next? Oh, the riddle of Sergeant McGinty's voice. Yeah, I was going to say the art's pretty much adequate, but then this looks a little off. Remember. But anyway, there we go. We'll do it again next Sunday for what else? Mr. Nailsin's Sunday Comic.